Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John, and today I will be ranking the ballads by Metallica. So before I begin, if you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button. This way you can be updated every time I upload a new video. So this is the third in my Metallica song ranking series. This time I will be ranking the ballads, and maybe a little subjective on whether or not a song is a ballad. But I chose 10 songs that I felt that I thought were ballads. Not every album will be represented, and some albums will have more than one song listed. So with that being said, let me get just right into it. Coming in at number 10, I have the Unforgiven I from the album Death Magnetic, released in 2008. This is the only song I chose from this album. I could have chosen The Day That Never Comes, but I decided to keep this list at just like this is like an even 10. I feel like this is the third song in the Unforgiven series, and it's not really necessary. This one has a little bit more of like a symphonic sound, still has the same melody, which again, you know, the whole thing is unnecessary. I think the two Unforgiven songs were enough, and I will be talking about them later. And for that reason, I have this at the bottom. At number 9, I have Hero of the Day, and this was from the Load album from 1996. And I feel that this is one of the weaker ballads from that album. There will be a couple more songs I will be talking about. It's almost like Metallica trying to fit into like the grunge scene with like this type of song. The opening riff is very simple, and the song doesn't really go anywhere. They try to make it heavy towards the end of the song, but it just falls short. For that reason, I have it at number 9. At number 8, I have Nothing Else Matters, and this is from the Black Album in 1991. So back in the late 80s and early 90s, a lot of metal bands had songs like in the Billboard Top 10, along with Madonna and whoever else was popular back then. And they did that by releasing a ballad. So we had bands like Queensryche, Extreme, Warrant, and Poison, and Motley Crue, and a lot more. We're all like getting these like top 10 Billboard hits, and this is the reason why Metallica did the same thing. This is their ballad that like got them like on the top 10. This song was either a top 10 or top 20 hit back then, but for me it hasn't really stood the test of time. It's also one of the easiest songs to play on the guitar. It's just like all open strings, like for at least the first like 5 seconds of it. But that's why I have it at number 8. At number 7, I have Unforgiven II. This was from Reload in 1997. The original Unforgiven was from the Black Albums, and that I will talk about later. And this is unique because the original song had the like heavy verse and the soft chorus, and this one kind of like flipped it back over. It has like the soft verse section and the heavy chorus. The melody is kind of the same. I like that one a lot. And it's a really good song sequel, but you know, the Unforgiven only needed like one sequel. It didn't need a third one. So the second one is pretty good. So I have that one at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is Mama Said. This is from the Load album, and the song is very underrated. It's like Metallica doing like a country song. And James's voice really works with the song. I really like the lyrics. They're very like emotional. The song's a really good acoustic ballad, almost like a mix of like Lynyrd Skynyrd and like classic country. Very different type of song, and I like it a lot, and that's why I have it at number 6. At number 5, I have Low Man's Lyric. This is another ballad from Reload. It's a very strange song, but for some reason I like it a lot. It just has this like unique sound. It has acoustic guitars. They play an instrument called a hurdy-gurdy, which is similar to like a violin, and that instrument is used to create the main melody of the song, which again is very unique. It almost sounds like a cheap keyboard, but it's, you know, I really like it. The background has this the music or melody reminds me of like an old like movies, or like those old like spaghetti westerns. James's vocals, they're like very low. It's almost like Tibetan throat singing, like they're like a really low register. It's a very strange song, but I like it a lot, and I have it at number 5. At number 4, I have the original Unforgiven song from the Black album, and this is the one that has the heavy verse and the soft chorus, but I really like the rhythm section, like the rhythm melody to the song. You know, I like how like they change the riff, you know, as the song like progresses and goes on. It's really catchy, and this is the better of the two ballads from the Black album. You know, I like this one a lot better than Nothing Else Matters, and this one does stand the test of time. You know, I enjoy listening to it even to this day. And now we're up to the top 3, those like big Metallica ballads, and you probably know what they are, but let's see what order I have them in. So at number 3, I have Welcome Home Sanitarium. Such an awesome song with the acoustic guitars and the harmonics. The intro solos are awesome. The song really gets heavy towards the middle of the song. Has some really crazy like thrash metal riffs. The lyrical content is awesome. It's about like an insane asylum and inspired by the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You know, this song maybe if you would rank the ballad, some people might have it like higher or number 1, but I still have 2 more. And at number 2, I have One, and this was their first music video. So Metallica used to be against making music videos, but one day they decided to do it, and it was one of the best videos on MTV at the time. It had clips from an old movie called Johnny Got His Gun. That's about a young man who goes to war and loses his arms, his legs, his sight, and his hearing, but he's still alive with like barely any senses left, and he just like has no idea what's going on. The song is very haunting, and the movie clips just like add to it. It really like makes a song. And me as a 17-year-old listening to this, it really like scared me back then. Such an awesome song, mixing the acoustic with some heavy thrash metal riffs. I mean, this song actually gets like very heavy towards the end with these like machine gun riffs and the breakdown. Such an awesome song. But I do have one better one, and that is number 1, Fade to Black. And this is their first ballad, their best. It has an acoustic intro, their signature lead guitar solos, the distorted tone of the lead guitar over the acoustic rhythm section creates this like perfect balance of like heavy and light. When the main verse kicks in, you hear the rest of the band play, and the lyrical content is just very dark. This is another song they always play it live. The heavy riffs, they're just like traditional heavy metal. I mean, they don't need to like go into like the heavy like thrash speed metal. It's just heavy chords in the breakdown and in the chorus section, and that's what makes it work, and that's what makes it a really great song. So that is it. Let me know your ranking of the Metallica ballads. Coming up next will be my Gojira ranking, and I will be doing a review of one of the records that Aaron sent me. Maybe that one back there, the Cataclysm. Maybe I'll review that. We have some new releases coming this weekend, the new one by Weezer, so stay tuned for all of that. So please check out my in-video links. I will be posting the Metallica ranking the opening tracks and ranking the closing tracks over there. So if you haven't seen them, check them out. And that's it. So I will see you in the next one.